Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Essential Wellness Podcast. I'm Aisha Harley, and this is your weekly drop for essential oils and everyday wellness. This podcast is for anyone who wants to feel confident using doTERRA essential oils for your health, your home, and your everyday life. Each week, the Essential Wellness Collective shares simple tips, rituals, and practices or practical protocols to make oils easy to understand and effortless to use. Today's topic, we are taking a deep dive into RevitaZen, the Advanced Organ Detoxification Complex, and how this gentle yet powerful formula supports the body's natural detox pathways, especially during the cleanse phase of the 90-day reset. We'll cover how it supports key organ systems, how to use it effectively, and break down the botanical extracts and essential oils inside the formula. Joining me today on today's call, we have Ariana Harley and Dr. Josie, naturopathic doctor, Dr. Mica, licensed acupuncturist, and naturopathic doctor, and Dr. Rose, naturopathic doctor. Uh, Dr. Josie, I will hand it on over to you.
All right, Juice, and I will get let me get the slide presentation here for you. Just one minute.
All righty, great. Hey everyone, we're having a collective here. It's kind of like A to Z plus.
Yay!
Um, we wanted to do kind of a la old, if you've been around for a while with us, old doc talk slash a little bit of A to Z, getting together and doing a deep dive into our new RevitaZen caps. They being doTERRA, took the much beloved Zendocrine detoxification caps that all of us really loved, and they completely reformulated it. And we are loving this, but it is different. So we wanted to really kind of, take some time to go over it. I love this. I think this is a really beautiful picture, right, Ari, the artist? And it highlights, it's basically four main ingredients in, then there is also the RevitaZen oil blend base plus these four ingredients in a dual chamber, this new kind of technology that doTERRA is coming forth with their many of their supplements in the dual chamber capsule. So our four ingredients are milk thistle, which is a very old herb, cumin oil, that's cumin essential oil, not to be confused with black cumin seed oil, which is a seed oil, not an essential oil. And then artichoke, another old long-term herb. So let's get down to it. Let's go to our next slide. And so Ariana, I am just seeing the first slide. I'm not seeing the next one. I think we had this problem last time too.
Oh,
There we go. Oh, but
I'm
yeah, it's
sorry.
not in.
It'll just not be in full screen. Sorry, you guys. I didn't do my homework and I didn't troubleshoot the new keynote. So, I
Okay.
apologize. I promise next time it'll be fixed.
Yeah. So the baseline about this new RevitaZen is just think about it as it helps restore function with our detoxification pathways without harsh cleanses. You don't have to be using harsh cleanses or complicated regimes. What's going on in this new capsule? This dual chamber capsule contains, we're going to go over it, black cumin, milk thistle, artichoke, and cumin essential oil with that RevitaZen oil blend. It's designed to support key organs that carry the weight of our daily toxin exposure. There's a lot of trendy detox fads that promise fast results, but they stress our bodies. This formula is gentle enough for daily use, but strong enough to make a lasting difference and to be used as a key support in a cleanse. RevitaZen aids our liver, our kidneys, and our colon primarily. Those are the main detoxification organ systems that they're targeting, all in their detoxification pathways to help reduce oxidative stress and promote a healthy inflammatory response. So let's go on. And I really love this slide. I'm giving an overview. We're going to talk about I'm going to talk about each of the ingredients, and then we're going to come in and get into some more with all the ladies, plant spirit medicine, and any extras and goodies. Okay. Oh, sorry. Here's the overview. So check out this. I love how they have all the herbs in that light container. It makes it look like you're brewing some kind of really yummy summer tea. That's what it looks like to me. But in the outer chamber, so in these dual chambers, there's like a little baby capsule and then a bigger capsule, and there's some usually an oil, the essential oil in the outer one. So that's what we have in that outer chamber is our RevitaZen essential oil complex blend is there. But what's added into that blend, it's not just what's in the bottle. It's also now the cumin CPTG essential oil is added, and the black cumin seed oil. So all of that is in the outer chamber. And we'll get into some of what those are doing. And then the inner chamber in the little that's more looks like a herbal powder, right? Is this milk thistle in a very special form called a Silibin co-crystal. I want my next punk band to be named Silibin co-crystal. Wouldn't that be a fun punk band name?
Oh,
Anyways,
good.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
open
right.
the, I'll open for, I'll be some Azuline and we can have
Right, right.
chemistry
And
punch.
there's also, so it's the artichoke, and it's artichoke leaf extract, which is cyanarin. So that you could be cyanarin, and I'll be Silibin co-crystal. And that's what's in the inner chamber. All right, so let's break these fun things down. People can probably tell this next slide that maybe if they've been around for a while that I made it up. It's very Josie for some reason. There you go. I love it.
So,
So in the
Josie.
upper right, yeah, right. In the upper right hand corner, that is what a milk thistle looks like. It's a thistle, right? These are these big kind of thistly. They're usually considered weeds, right? And you want to get them out. Most weeds have very good medicinal properties. Actually, they can kill things off. They can do a lot. They can, and in this case, milk thistle is very much about the liver.
I
So
wanted
milk
to
thistle,
just say as a side note, sorry to interrupt you, Josie.
yeah.
Also, they are weeds, but they're also in Scotland. Thistle is known for the Scottish people, and I love it because I
Okay.
think some of their spirit, it's like the plant. It's
Yeah.
incredibly medicinal and also a
Mm-hmm.
little defended.
Yeah.
That's
And I love the fuchsia. So milk thistle has been used for over 2,000 years in traditional, so Greece, Greco-Roman, in Persia, and in Indian Ayurvedic systems to support liver function and overall vitality. It is known as a or the master herb for liver support and particularly liver cell protection, right? Liver cell integrity. You know what I'm talking about. Um, there is this formulation called Silibin co-crystal that represents a new advanced form of there's silymarin, and then you take silymarin, which is the extract from milk thistle, and then they take it even down to a more thing called silibin. And this is the active component of milk thistle designed, and in this new co-crystal format it is designed with improved solubility, so it makes it's more water soluble and therefore more bioavailable to our body. And when we are able to use it and absorb it, we can actually then have much better results. This specific formulation uses co-crystal technology to enhance the absorption of the silibin, which is often limited in conventional raw extracts. I know Dr. Mica is going to talk about that in terms of, I think, her history with milk thistle and how this could be a game changer. Studies are showing that silibin co-crystals such as this. You can see over in the right-hand corner, this as you first start with the co-crystal, and then they're using this amino acid L-proline, such as the psilocybin L-proline, exhibit increased bioavailability compared with the raw psilocybin extract. The psilocybin co-crystal is used for its hepatoprotective, so that means liver. Hepato is liver, liver protecting properties, including its antioxidant properties, anti-fibrotic, so that's when you're coagulating, and sometimes we don't want that in the body. And so antioxidant, anti-fibrotic, and detoxification effects, making it suitable for supporting liver health and chronic liver conditions. So the next slide is, so basically I like, before we go to the next slide anyways, those that the psilocybin co-crystal with the blue and the yellow, you can see it's almost like a honeycomb, in these amino acids are able to, and they're coming from a phosphatidylcholine kind of background. They are containing that psilocybin in a way that it is much more water soluble and bioavailable, just for the people who kind of, that makes a difference, that understanding. And the next slide shows one of the studies where the RevitaZen's, the psilocybin co-crystal, I don't know if you can see, there's a little black line along the bottom, then there's a purple line, and then there's a red line. The co-crystal is the red line, and it is 16 times more absorbed, or 16 times more bioavailable into the bloodstream than that black line, which is the traditional milk thistle psilocybin extract. What's incredible is they also looked at, a non-crystal format of psilocybin complex with the phosphatidylcholine. So if you go on to Fullscript and you look at some of our doctor line, other supplements competitors, they will be marketing as a advanced technology and an advanced absorption milk thistle together with phosphatidylcholine, something like that. And what you see there is even this advanced formulation is about half. So it's the purple line, half that of this co-crystal. So we're getting, maybe they're getting 8%, 8 times more. This is getting 16 times more. Alrighty, let's go to the next one. So, isn't that beautiful? Cyanarin, this is the active component coming from artichoke leaf extract. And artichoke has long been used in Mediterranean folk practices for digestive comfort and particularly bile flow. Cyanarin is a natural phenol. It's a phenolic antioxidant found in the artichoke leaves from Cyanara scolamus. I don't think I knew that last part of it. It is known for its potent hepatoprotective, liver protecting properties, as well as cholesterol lowering, and its digestive boosting. So all these types of properties. When something helps your bile, we call it a choleretic. And this means that it helps to increase our bile flow. And what that does is that helps to support our fat digestion and absorption, and all of our nutrient absorption and our detoxification pathways. So it is very helpful in helping to regulate lipid metabolism. Let's move on, and we'll talk more about these. I'm just doing a quick overview. So black cumin seed oil, also known as black seed oil or Nigella sativa, is a therapeutic botanical oil used for thousands of years in traditional medicines from the Middle East, India, and North Africa. It is primarily valued for its high concentration of this beautiful thing called thymoquinone. Thymoquinone is a bioactive compound with potent antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, immune modulating, and liver supportive properties. Studies have shown black seed oil I think I have to put the may, help lower blood sugar levels and improve insulin resistance, as well as help reduce blood pressure and LDL, which is the not good cholesterol. So we have helping blood sugar, insulin resistance, blood pressure, and bad cholesterols. It is anti-inflammatory. These anti-inflammatory effects, studies are showing that they may help asthma symptoms, as well as improve lung function in individuals with things like COPD, and also to treat inflammatory conditions in the skin. So we think of acne, psoriasis, and eczema. And cumin. I think, yeah, we can wrap up after we talk with the other slides. They're just kind of fun. So do you want me to hand it off here? Ari, do you want to go over cumin?
Sure, or if there's more
Yeah.
you wanted to cover first, but
I'll do a little intro and then anything you want to add in. So
sure.
cumin essential oil, cumin cyamomum, I'm not saying it right, cyminum, is a highly concentrated volatile oil steam distilled from the seeds of the common cumin plant. It is fundamentally different from the black cumin seed oil, which we talked about in the last slide, the Nigella sativa that has the thymoquinone. That is a fixed carrier oil used as a supplement or for a base topical application. Cumin essential oil is extremely potent and used highly diluted. So even though they have similar names, they're fairly different. Cumin is one of the oldest spices known to humankind, with culinary uses and health practices tracing back to ancient Egypt and India. It's traditionally used to support all aspects of digestion, metabolism, and elimination. Cumin oil is known to support healthy lipid metabolism as well, and gut function when used internally. It is warming and stimulating, and so when think about it added in this capsule to the RevitaZen oil blend, it also adds that extra bit of helping with poor circulation, the warming herb actions, as well as lymphatic congestion. Yeah.
I love it. And on my
Yeah.
slide, I wrote warming and circulate circulation. So I was really emphasizing circulation was on my mind, obviously. um, on an emotional level, let's think about these what this plant is doing in our body, and it's doing it, of course, in conjunction with our emotions. So it has been used traditionally in India to ignite the digestive fire or the agni. And so if we are a person who's having a hard time assimilating our not only our food but our experiences, maybe it's the news, maybe it's something that was traumatic, maybe it was something we don't make sense of. Cumin can be a wonderful ally for that. When we're not assimilating our experiences and actually moving our emotions through us, then we have a tendency to ruminate and sit there and kind of get stuck on. It's like a loop that gets stuck. It's really wonderful for clarity and forward movement. So if you're a person who has felt stagnation or just like you're stuck, right? It is the same idea emotionally where maybe we're having emotions come up and subconsciously or consciously we want to numb out, we want to push them down, they're too hard to feel, and then they get stuck and then they get stuck in a loop. And so cumin is a beautiful oil in this blend to help us with this beautiful fire horse year in the Lunar New Year that we just moved in with that. Think of a fire horse moving, right? It can't be all stuck and stagnant. It has to be running free. I think that's such a great image of really what these RevitaZen caps I feel like do in our bodies is that they help us to move. And that is what I have. Is there, Mica or Louise, Dianne, is there anything else that you can think of for Dianne? Yeah, you have some wisdom for cumin.
Well, and I don't know if Mika's talking about this at all, but just listening to both you and Josie and knowing that cumin, from a Chinese medicine perspective, really has an affinity and enters into the spleen and stomach. So it obviously has an innate ability to support digestion. And, our gut health is where all of our immunity and health really begins. And it does move chi, so it helps that mobilization. And so, if things even, so I'm putting together like what you were talking about, this kind of chi stagnation, this stuck, the spleen, these two organs of digestion, the spleen has, when it's in stagnation, it has that ability to ruminate to it because spleen relates to thought. And when you're stuck in
Yes.
thought, you have to move thought. So really, I just love hearing what you guys are talking about from your perspective and translating it into a Chinese medicine perspective and see how it works so beautifully. There's more, but that's basically all I was thinking about.
I love that dye because that was my direct experience. I just took some RevitaZen and had a whole experience. If there was, I felt like there was some stagnation, and now I feel really good.
Mm,
And I didn't have, I had the experience, but I love that from the traditional Chinese medicine perspective because I was thinking about that ruminating anxiety loop. It's like, before you go to bed, and you just start tripping out about stuff, and you're
yeah,
like, oh, that conversation, did I say the wrong thing? Or, it kind of looks like that, right?
yeah,
And it's not helpful. Your brain is trying to help you by solving a problem, but actually it's not going to get solved in the brain, right?
yeah. I love it. Thanks.
Anything else?
Louise, did you have something to say?
Um, Not right now. Why don't you jump in
Yeah, yeah.
later?
Okay. So just on cumin, right? For now, because I have so much I want to say. I'm so excited about RevitaZen. I feel so privileged to be a part of this group, Essential Wellness, and then also part of the doctor panel. I can't tell you. I'm so grateful because it allows me to sit and deep dive into whatever oil or whatever blend we're talking about. And this is, again, so timely that we're doing this cleanse, and also that this has come down the pike for us from doTERRA. And so, yeah, as you know, we have been introduced as physicians so many supplements across the board that they say are top shelf, but this is where it's at. It really, truly is. So again, hands down to doTERRA. And I'm so excited. I was not excited about RevitaZen. I'm a hard sell. I love my Zendocrine. I love my Zendocrine complex. I like my, how I do things. It's always the same. And so, but I want to say, this is no joke. This is really, it's so amazing that we've all found ourselves here doing doTERRA and using doTERRA products. So, Ariana, yes, I was thinking about it as digesting emotions. Now, you know how we've talked about that with DigestZen, but this is really like digesting emotions in a deeper way, or where, Dianne, where emotions are stuck and spinning, right? In the brain, the amygdala firing, the spleen, the
And
energetic spleen.
my
Yeah.
experience, sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Mika, but it was really interesting. It's just occurring to me now. I actually contacted folks from this call and said, I don't know if I can be there tomorrow. I'm having this really intense stomach thing and I don't know what's going on, but I was working with this
Mm.
blend and now I have some understanding. And my experience was that it was some really deep old stuff. Like maybe it's just what happened today, but for me it was like, oh, there was something in me that just really got moved through that felt old. So I don't know if that was part of it's kind of part of what I heard you saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And Diane just said, yes, yeah, the spleen, that from a Chinese medicine perspective, the energetic spleen is about transformation. So we are all undergoing transformation when we take RevitaZen, up leveling our game, body, mind, and spirit. So cumin, what I got from a plant spirit medicine perspective, grounding, energetic inward movement, energetic inward, bringing you in to heal, bringing you in. It was very distinct. It was whoosh, when I sat with cumin. Soothing, calming, softening, ancient wisdom. So when I received that information from a Chinese medicine perspective, that's what we call it about soothing the liver. When there's liver qi stagnation, it's soothing the liver so it can open up and filter out excess toxins. So soothing, softening. From a Chinese medicine perspective, they say softening the liver, right? Softening the ligaments and tendons so that they're not tight and constricted. Ancient wisdom, ancient healer. Yeah, cumin's been around for a really long time. Thousands of years, Dr. Josie said. I would agree. Yeah, again, works from inside as a nourisher and healer. Inside, so deep. When I got that, it was like deep inside. It's not a super, like DigestZen. It's like, okay, tummy ache, use DigestZen. This cumin and RevitaZen is like a deep, deep healer. Softening of constricted liver. Oh, here's another one that I received, but also comes from a Chinese medicine. The languaging is Chinese medicine. Moving from turbid, so think of a turbidity to clear waters. Yeah, so clear water. And clarity of mind and clarity of seeing. So from a Chinese medicine perspective, the livers rule the eyes. So it's interesting that I got clear. You're getting clarity, but also clear seeing, body, mind, and spirit. Okay, I don't want to take up everything because we're going to talk about black seed oil. What do you have to say, Louise?
Louise gonna talk, but I loved it, Louise. It's like a one word encapsulation of everything that you just said, Dr. Mica. She
Ah,
wrote into the chat, discernment.
ah,
Ah,
yeah,
right? It's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I would love to just pull out and zoom out a little bit and like give a clinical picture of like who would want to use this and how would we use it. Are we ready for that discussion, or do you still want to be zoomed in, Josie?
Can we go through any stuff you guys want to go? Like if you're gonna go over black seed oil, let's go over the ingredients
Okay.
and then go over the usage. How about that?
Okay,
How does that?
great.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll just talk about cumin a little bit. It's, this is Louise Rose, and I'm a naturopath now, but I was a chef for many years. And most of you know cumin as a culinary spice. And in my experience working with essential oils, the spice oils have this just long-term affinity with our stomach and our sense of being nourished and feeling fed and like honestly like kind of like belonging to a family or a group that is feeding us. So Um, so that's how I approach cumin, is sort of like just knowing its culinary influence through the years. And we also know that many people would use these culinary herbs as a way to protect the body against, maybe before we had refrigeration, maybe things would be a little spoiled or a little overgrowth of something or another, or parasites were around. And so most of these culinary oils are very protective in our microbiome in that sense. And they're going to help us again discern between, like, what do we need to keep out and what do we need to let into our bodies. So there's that layer with cumin. And then if you look at, if you can see the slideshow, you can see the plant, and it looks kind of like fennel or dill or one of these. I think they're called umbels. I can't remember the herbal name for the class, but
Umbelliferate.
umbelliferae. Thank you, Joes.
Yeah.
But they all share this like quality of just helping the carminative quality. So helping our body break down the nutrients and absorb them into our body without creating a lot of excess gas or spasming or bloating or anything like that. And cumin just excels at that. So I love just bringing it in on that level to help circulate and warm that digestive fire, so that we're actually getting the nutrients from our food. Thank you.
I love that. I feel like cumin is the great belonging. And I just have to add that I had this amazing dream last night of belonging and just being in community and being celebrated. So when you said that, I was like, oh, wow,
Well,
perfect.
You were
isn't
doing
that
like a full proving, honey.
I was doing I was like, didn't, sometimes we have experiences and we don't really understand what's
Yeah.
happening. And that's what my experiences working with plants has been. And that's why I love our community, because when I work with other people, I'm like, oh gosh, yes, that was part of Cumin's messaging. Because I was asking, like, oh, Cumin, I don't know as much about you. What do you want me to know? And so she was talking.
Mhm. Is that a spleen channel thing too, that sense of belonging, or am I just sort of grasping there?
I'll have to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure yes, but I just really want to think about it and give you a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Diane?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect the dots and see the connection.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something there, but I can't articulate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's think about it. That'd be fun to
I wonder
contemplate.
too if the stomach, because you said it also is attached to the stomach, and belonging we all sit together with meals. It's a very human
Mhm.
Yeah,
way
it's
to
more acceptable.
belong and be in community and be together and eat together. And so that culinary use in the stomach and the digestive fire feels appropriate from my artistic brain.
And
You want to go to
definitely
black seed
human
oil?
supports the
Yeah.
digestion.
Back
Let's talk
to
about black seed oil.
What did you just say, Diane, though?
Oh, just that cumin does encourage those digestifiers.
Yeah.
Do you want this slide, Jose? Just the
Yeah.
black
Yeah,
cumin seed?
that's the slide we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the active constituent in black seed
Oh,
oil
yeah.
is the phytoquinone.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about, I just happen to have black seed oil from the Middle East.
Oh.
And just so you know, it's been sitting in our closet for, I don't know, for a long time, because Will gets things, receives gifts from his patients. And this was one of the gifts. And I was like, oh, black seed oil. Oh, another gift. Okay, just put it in the closet. So when Dr. Josie said, hey, does anybody know anything about black seed oil? I was like, I think that's in our closet. And I pulled it out and did plant spirit medicine. Oh my goodness. We are so fortunate to have black seed oil in RevitaZen. We are so fortunate to have this RevitaZen again. And hey, we're going to know more about it because it was in our closet from the patient who lives in the Middle East. And she just, because this is such a sacred oil, of course, it's just like, this is for you, Will. The sacred of the sacred from the Middle East. Besides frankincense, she has brought frankincense to us before, crystals. But this is, so let's get started. First of all, it's stronger than cumin. It's what I mean by that is when I did plant spirit medicine with cumin, it's a little bit flowery or softer, right? Just like the energy softens. Black seed oil is pungent and bitter. It's pungent. Yeah, it does work to bring the immune system into balance. People have used it for more than 3,000 years. It's been around in the Middle East, North Africa, Southeast Asia in their healing systems. What I received in the plant spirit medicine meditation, which then you can transfer over to how it heals the body. It's a deep protector. So it's a protector, body, mind, and spirit. So they don't fool around with honoring black seed oil. It's an energetic protector. Spiritual cleansing. So they use it for spiritual cleansing. So they use it at big ceremonies, spiritual cleansing. Resilience and reclamation. Spiritual protection again, I got. So resilience, immune boosting, but I didn't get it for the body. It does work for the body, but I was doing plant spirit medicine for the energetic bodies. Oh, spiritual fortification. So fortifying the body, mind, and spirit. Protects from dark or hanging around energies. Helps with cellular vitality or your vitality. So you're not sucked on, energetically sucked on. Increase the vital force. Helps when someone is in very deep grief. It helps if you're energetically depleted, which is so interesting. This always happens to me. I was very, very exhausted on Friday and Saturday. And that's when I pulled out. Well, I was doing plant spirit medicine for this class, black seed oil. I still rested a lot. Oils for clarity. Again, clarity, discernment, Louise. Yeah, clears the energetic fields. So what I mean by that is, how we have fields around us, like a beautiful orb around us all. So it'll clear everything in our orb. Okay. Oh, yes. This was really good. So maybe some of you know, but maybe you don't, that when there's a trauma, or maybe even if you just move or you have slight traumas, but big traumas too, your energetic field could get shattered and scattered, kind of like a glass breaking, shattered. And it's hard to bring your spirit back into your body or contained again or repaired. So black seed oil can do that for you. So think about what it's doing for the body, mind, and spirit. Black seed oil. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Mm. And
Wow.
that it's potent. It's
So
a
like
Mac Daddy.
it's interesting when you think about it doesn't I'm not hearing an affinity for digestion the way we have an affinity with cumin for digestion. You know, cumin is the protector, but then is so specific to kind of digestion things. And then the black cumin is just all around protector and also helping in, what did we say? We said blood sugar and, just kind of blood pressure, global protection in a sense, and
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah. And then also immune boosting is what I would say, and resilience. So that's what
Uh-huh.
I would think is like, it's the one that's like, yeah, you can get to this next level of healing. Oh, yes, you can. I'm right here. I'm
Uh-huh.
supporting you. I'm holding you. I'm containing you. Kind of that energy.
And it's an oil. It's a seed oil, everyone.
Yeah.
So if you were like, what's the difference? Well, one's an essential oil and one's an oil,
Hmm.
regular old like olive oil, but it's from that pretty purple plant. But it's not steam distilled or, like an essential oil. So that's one, gross difference.
Also, Dr. Josie, again, I'll say immune system, it balances out the immune system. So it's really
Mm.
balancing, helping
With
you in
immune
all of
modulating.
your, yeah, helping
Yeah.
all of your organs find homeostatic balance, and every system in your body, respiratory, cardiovascular,
Mhm. Mhm.
renal system, help you find balance and boost your resilience.
Mhm.
That's how I would look at black seed
Yeah,
oil.
I found that it has some effects on the NF kappa beta
Mm.
pathways and cytokine pathways, which are in the inflammatory pathways. So I
Mhm.
was looking into like, how does it work in the body to reduce inflammation? And so I was like, I forget, is kappa beta, is that inflammatory, pro-inflammatory, or anti-inflammatory? So I looked it up, and
Oh, it's
it can
inflammatory.
it can go both ways, actually.
Oh.
It's a modulator. And so I thought that was interesting to think of this product being a modulator, like Mica is suggesting. So, we're not, pushing the immune system, we're supporting the immune system to do what it needs to do best, which is watch out for um, the bad guys and protect, right? Yeah. And then I also wanted to just say that black seed is used in the culinary world. It's delicious. You've probably all had it. It has a little oniony flavor and is wonderful sprinkled on top of things, and has a beneficial, definitely has a digestive effect as well. And I would say overall, like supporting the metabolic pathways and the lipid metabolism in our bodies. One of the things that becomes a problem when our lipids get out of balance. We all hear about the heart disease that comes from high cholesterol and whatnot. But what sometimes gets missed in that conversation is um, the inflammatory side of that. So this oil is helping our body not have those oxidized cholesterol particles or fatty particles. It's helping our body quench that inflammatory cascade, so that we can, you know, have healthier lipid metabolism, and therefore uh, heart health and digestive health and all the things that are downstream from that.
If you are not inspired to take this blend yet, I mean, such good stuff.
I know. I mean, so we're kind of like we see all that. It's very common these days for people to need more support with their cholesterol and their lipids, and that balance, especially into menopause. Menopausal women, it gets more difficult, and we start to see things like our LDL rising without our lifestyle changing at all. Um, and so having both the cumin and the black seed oil in like a daily support to be supporting is very exciting for me, framing it in that way, as well as then thinking about bile and having anything that is a choleretic to help support and stimulate our bile to be more active in our fat digestion. That as we age and for everybody, that's something that I think is not as talked about, and it's one of the huge kind of things. Old naturopathic medicine would just be like, you know, support bile flow, eat your beets. Um, so I love having that artichoke extract in there in that respect as well. And then I know when this was first coming out, and we were looking at the ingredients before we got the bottle, I said to Dr. Mica, "Oh my gosh, it has milk thistle in it. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to have some more, just general daily like a kind of thing support milk thistle support, especially as aging." And your response, you remember, Dr. Meeker, you're like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh yeah, I don't like
No.
milk thistle. It's not absorbed."
Yeah. It just so I was thinking back. So when I started at the clinic and just even in like 1997, that was just people would always use milk thistle for the liver, milk thistle for the liver. And what I was seeing with patients, even back then, and I was young, I was a young doc, is that it just would not absorb. It was just too heavy. It's a really heavy constituent. So I was like, okay, no, Dr. Josie, this is where maybe doTERRA and I are not going to agree for the first time. And then they created this dual chamber cap and this whole system so that it could be more absorbable. But yes, time and time again, I would be like, no, you got to get that milk thistle out of your body. So they get prescribed it from somebody else, or they'd see it on TV, or not even on the website back then. And it would be too heavy, so it would back up, or they'd feel like a rock in their gut. So then we go over all the supplements that they're taking, and I take out the milk thistle. I'm like, no way, we can't have milk thistle. It's too heavy. Especially the patients that I saw back then and still see, they're way more energetically aware and sensitive beings, empaths, people on this call. We can't absorb. So if there's a supplement that's too heavy, it's not going to work for you. And no one on this call could probably take, or I would not recommend taking a milk thistle from some other company.
Just a regular one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to that chart and see the regular
exactly.
ones.
I was like, yay, the chart.
You're like, oh my, like 16 times. That's huge.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yes. I wish I had that chart back then.
Yeah.
Can we take a few minutes and just kind of talk about like how is it being used in the 90-day reset, and then
let's do that.
It something you want to use daily on an ongoing, and who's going to benefit for does anybody need to be careful with it?
Yeah. Thank you. And I just want to say, I want to leave room for some clinical testimonials about what happens if you don't clear out your liver before you take hormones. Because I've been seeing this a lot this year. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Or are you ready?
I mean, sure. I was just asking, but when I think of the 90-day reset, we're in the second phase, right? So we're really trying to, the first phase was to build the foundation and nourish ourselves, because we are all remembering that detoxifying the body an energy dependent process. And so we need to make sure we're giving our body the nutrients it needs. And then the second phase is kind of where we're weeding the garden, so to speak, and we're trying to like actually eliminate some of the toxins and open up those pathways of elimination to help push some things through phase one, phase two of the liver detoxification, and then on out through the bowels and the bladder. So the RevitaZen is the capsules are recommended to take with your morning meal, just one capsule a day. And then we're adding the oil itself, the RevitaZen oil, to your water, to maybe a castor oil pack over your liver, put it on your feet. Dry skin brushing is a wonderful way to support the detoxification pathways. But I would love to hear from the other practitioners what their experience is. I just from my own experience of RevitaZen, it seems to be a very gentle, well-tolerated supplement. And I'm trying to imagine, like, if somebody's missing their gallbladder, would it be a problem to take something that's going to stimulate bile flow? Possibly. You might want to be careful with that, but it seems pretty gentle. Um, Otherwise, I I don't see any problem with taking this like an ongoing basis. It doesn't seem like a really, like it's going to be pushing people too hard or anything. I'm curious what everybody else has to say about that.
I we're getting I just got some feedback, and I agree with you, Louise and Dr. Mica. I don't know if we've been, it's like we're doing the cleanse now. We're really getting more feedback from more people. It's a newer product. For those of us who've done a lot of work on our GIs and our cleansing and things, it seems to be a very, daily gentle product, but I think it can be a little more intensive for some folks. I got some feedback from two postmenopausal women who've never been on hormones, and I don't know that they've done a lot of cleansing and gut work, and they're doing the 90-day reset. And it seems like the introduction of the RevitaZen, they both have a little bit of GERD already beforehand. So we know that there's an imbalance to begin with. And yeah, it seems to be activating their GERD. Like, so, I'll work with them, but that's something to think about. Like, okay, as we're moving into something like the 90-day reset, it might be that they need to go a little slower and we need to step back. I don't know if you guys have any ideas about and just do a little bit more before with the RevitaZen. Or the first thing I said was, well, let's try taking, when you do take it at the beginning of a meal and then have food on top, and we'll see how that goes.
That's a good idea, Dr. Josie. And let's say that is even too much. Well, I was going to say then make sure that they're just diffusing it or putting it at the bottom of their feet at least. I mean, I know it's a different thing than the complex, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. I have a couple things. I'm gonna have them work with the digest tabs. In
I
addition,
also think the fiber toddy that we recommend
fiber. Yep.
is going to help carry stuff out and
Okay.
be supportive
Yeah.
of that.
But also do some, excuse me, castor oil packs too.
Yes.
Or in the belly button, the RevitaZen in the belly button.
Or also the TerraZyme, one in the morning for sure, one with each meal and one before bed.
More TerraZyme. Yeah.
Ooh, somebody's asking, what's the fiber toddy again?
Yeah. How did I miss it? So Sarah, It's taking the doTERRA fiber powder, and I just was just adding two little extra things to make it a little more yummy, and it is yummy. I like it in a warmer hot version, so it's kind of like a hot toddy. And I add in my citrus oil. Then your favorite could be lemon, tangerine, wild orange, grapefruit, whatever you like, and about 3 drops, 2 to 3 drops, and then anywhere between a teaspoon to a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, depending on how used to apple cider vinegar you are. I go for a tablespoon, but you might want to start with a teaspoon, and it gives it that edge, and it's helping it be again that vinegar is going to help work with the with GERD and the digestion, and the citrus oil along with the fiber will be, I think, tolerated better and be able to do its work rather than just be an irritant.
There's also, I like to add a drop of clove oil to mine. It kind of tastes like a little
Mm.
spiced cider or something. And clove
Oh,
oil stimulates the mucosa of our digestive tract. So even though it sounds counterintuitive, clove is so fiery and spicy, but it actually stimulates the good stuff in our digestion.
nice. I would like that. And
Good
you know what I really
one.
love is like what about a drop of or half a drop of cardamom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yummy. All the carminative oils.
I have a
Diane.
Guy.
have a clarifying question, a question, and I was when we were talking about well, let me ask you this. Is there a difference because I know we were saying black seed oil, but is there a difference between black seed oil and black cumin seed oil?
Mm-mm,
No.
Okay.
No, I think it's not
mm-mm.
it's cumin essential oil
No,
versus
that's not what I'm asking
I
because
know, I'm telling you the answer. There's no such thing as I think I've been saying it wrong. I don't think there is a black cumin seed oil. There is a black seed oil. I
okay, on
don't
the slide it says black cumin seed. So that's why I was curious if there was a difference because I know black seed oil has kind of had
which
a bit
slide
of
does it say that?
a under the
Thymoquinone?
right there, black
Oh yeah,
cumin
it
seed.
does. Black cumin seed. So I guess it is called the black cumin seed plant.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I
there's
was
a
just curious if
difference.
there was a difference.
Yes, the difference is what we've been talking about this entire call. So one is that is the black cumin seed plant. It's confusing. Versus the cumin essential oil, which comes from, cumulum cymamum.
No. I guess I'm not asking the question. I won't take any more time. I'll figure this out later. But the other question is, I know there's a lot of noise online about seed oils are bad,
Mm.
right? And so I was wondering if one of the docs could address like that kind of blanket statement.
I can talk to that.
Would love that.
So in the nutritional world, a lot of people talk about the seed oils as being pro-inflammatory, and what they're talking about is like safflower oil and sesame oil and canola oil and all these oils. And if you're curious, there's some like YouTube videos about actually how you make those oils, and they're really toxic sludge that have gone through an industrialized process of being heated beyond their beneficial properties, and then like using chemical detergents to make them look nice. And so the idea is that if we think about humans evolving through time, um, there never was a time before our modern time that much of our calories was coming from these pro-inflammatory seed oils. So it's not that seed oils are bad in and of themselves, it's that they're industrialized and then they're just way overused in our diet. So when we're talking about a seed oil like black seed oil that is used for medicinal purposes, it's not going to be processed in the same industrial way that those mass-produced safflower oil and canola oils are on the shelf. That
Thank
probably
you.
way too much
Yes,
information.
I would say the top ones, yes, would be safflower, canola, soybean, and do we have another one?
Cottonseed oil. Did you say
Cottonseed. That
cottonseed?
that was the one I was thinking of. Cottonseed. Those are probably the top four bad ones. A lot of sunflower seed oil is not great either. There can be some good sunflower seed oil if you're getting it, but I think it's also industrialized at this
Yeah.
point.
And a lot of it is about the ratio between the omega-6, omega-9s, and the omega-3s. So that's also something. It's about balance again, right? Back to balance.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say we are now at time. And if you haven't already, we're kind of late in the month, but this is our month two cleanse bundle. And it's a savings of $100. It's a really good combination of loving your body, mind, and spirit. It's got the amazing vitamins, our VMG Plus, the greens and the vitamins, TerraZyme, the PB Restore, the GX Assist, the E Omegas, DDR Prime, RevitaZen Oil, and the star of the show today, the RevitaZen Caps. So you will also be getting a free product of the month if you order. It's too late this month, but if you order your products on the 15th or prior, you get a free product of the month, and you get free shipping, and you get below wholesale pricing. So really phenomenal deal. Wonderful way to support yourself.
Thank you,
And
Ariana, and to everybody for your contributions and insights. And I also want to say we pairing the RevitaZen with the GX Assist is a super powerhouse. So we didn't talk about the GX Assist today, but the whole combination and synergy of this whole program is just really phenomenal. So thank you all so much for it was really fun to dive in more to the RevitaZen. So next week we are going to dive into a conversation about burnout. I think this is something we can all relate to and how to move from burnout into balance. And as we already said, if you do not have a doTERRA wholesale account, please do reach out to the person who invited you to this podcast. And if you do not have a connection, you can email us directly and we'll help you get set up. This is the very best way to get your products and all the extra perks. So you do not want to miss out on any of that. So I am so grateful for all of you in this community, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. See you next week. Bye bye.